But Paul said, now, I count all that as loss when they come to the excellency of Christ. To the point I don't know nothing but him crucified. Look at somebody and say, you got to get deeper than what you're thinking. And with the fellowship of his suffering, that means I fellowship with the suffering of God. I know God through fellowship. See, one thing about Paul, they said Paul didn't walk with God. He wasn't called from the Sea of Galilee. He wasn't called that I make you fisherman man. He didn't see the miracles. He didn't see the water become wine. He didn't see the lame walk. He didn't see the dead get out of the grave. Paul didn't walk with Jesus. Paul said, now I know him. I was an apostle that was born out of due season. Look at somebody and say they lying about all these apostles. Baby, Paul was the first to come of many apostles. He said, I was one that was born out of this season. I didn't walk with Jesus, but I got mine through revelation. They're trying to tell y'all ain't no more apostle, but he wasn't hand chosen, but he said, now I got mine through revelation. I mean, I know him through revelation. So look at somebody and say, Paul got it through revelation. I can get it through. If Paul knew him through revelation, I can learn him through revelation, because he didn't shut the door after Paul got through. Y'all ain't told. Y'all better get it happen, baby. Y'all better find out who y'all got and who you trying to apprehend now. I'm counting all those things, Brother Frank, as dumb unto the excellency of Christ. Because Paul said, now, what has happened to me has changed my life. Anybody in the building been changed? You know you wasn't fit to live, wasn't prepared to die. You was on your way to a devil's hell. And some of y'all got saved on your way to do bad. You got saved on your way to do evil. I know people testify was on their way to kill somebody. But on the way from their house to that house they was going to commit a crime, God got a hold to them. Baby, he got a hold to me on a railroad track, and I wasn't thinking about no revival. I wasn't thinking about no Sunday school. I wasn't thinking about, amen. But he got a hold to me, and I know something that got a hold to me. And Paul said, now, this thing has changed me. Because remember now, Paul was on the road of Damascus, and he was going to persecute the church. Look at somebody and say he was going to do harm. He was going to drag him off to prison and kill him and do everything. But on the road of Damascus, look at somebody and say, have you had your Damascus experience? In other words, on a road of evil, on a road to do harm, something got a hope to you on your road. Some of y'all was going to commit fornication, but something got a hope to you. You was on your way to commit adultery, but something got a hope to you. On your road of Damascus, Paul says something changed my life. Anybody in the building been changed, baby? And when you get changed, Sister Gwen, you forget about all that stuff up to the point. Paul was on the road to Damascus, man. He was going, Brother Frank, to persecute the church. Look at somebody say he wasn't going to Bible study. He wasn't going to do good. But on that road, he seen a light. Look at somebody say, I seen the light. I saw the light. And the Bible says, amen, that knocked him off his beast. And Paul heard a voice, Saul heard a voice from heaven. It says, Saul, you can't kick against the prick. You can't kick against the prick. And the Bible says, amen, that after he fell from his beast, and the Bible says that the scales came on his eyes. And Saul was blind for several days, and told him to go to Straight Street. Y'all read the story? Hey, there's something. Turn to the right, go down there on Straight Street. Just still water. Look at somebody and say, I'm being led now. And when you've been led, you go places, amen. You do things that you may not necessarily want to go or want to be. But when you're led, you've been controlled. You've been altered by another force, another power, another person. Simply because I'm being led. And look at somebody and say, if you've been led, then you're a son of God. And if you're a son of God, you're an heir of God. If there ain't a son, there ain't a sons in the house.